Hi, friends. So, a few seconds before we are finishing with our Chametz nullifying, Chametz checking, Chametz cleaning, and all of that, which is going to happen tonight, I would like to share with you a little bit of Chametz Torah insights that I learned from this book, which is called Yena Shel Torah and is written by Rabbi Binyamin Adler, which is amazing. So I recommend it to everybody. So a few short divrei Torah about the cleaning of chametz tonight. The checking of chametz. And the Rabbi Binyamin Adler is bringing in his book the words of the Ari Zal. Okay, everybody knows the Holy Ari. Okay, that try to guide us to be very, very, very careful in removing any chametz that we have in our possessions. And when he talks about chametz, of course, he doesn't talk only about the physical, actual mamash chametz, the bread and the breadcrumbs, but the chametz within us. And he didn't promise, he says that whoever is gonna go out of his skin to nullify and clean and nullify any chametz that he has in possession, which means any yetzer hara, any wrong deeds, wrong speech, wrong thoughts that we had throughout the year, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu will bless us and help us throughout the rest of the year and prevent from us to sin and bring us help from heaven by protecting us from any sin and mistakes, which are the yetzer hara, which is the chametz, which is really beautiful. And the Rabbi from Kosk is extending the Arizal explanation by saying that the Kadosh Baruch Hu knows whether we really gave 100% and really, really wanted to burn that chametz within us. And when he sees that we really, really want, and we're really, really, really trying to do the mileage and the ishtadlut and come out of our skin to burn the chametz within us and also in our homes, then he's gonna help us again, but it has to come from our hearts with full heart and full ishtadlut to nullify all the chametz within us and in our homes. The Shla is explaining the guidelines from the Shulchan Aruch. The Shulchan Aruch is the Torah coding for the Torah law coding, okay, that teaches about Torah laws, okay. So the Shla is explaining the Shulchan Aruch law that it presents that we have to search for chametz in our pockets, right? So one part of cleaning for chametz is to go through all of our clothes and in the pockets and see that we don't have any breadcrumbs or pieces of bread that we forgot there, okay, especially people with children. So the Shla says that that is a metaphor for us to search throughout our pockets to see if we don't have chametz, spiritual chametz, which is gezel. Gezel is stealing, okay? And the Shla teaches us to look through our pockets to see if we didn't do stealing throughout the year. Now, gezel is very, very easy to do, and I'm sure that all of us, chas v'shalom, but all of us, unfortunately, probably doing it, because gezel is not only stealing money, okay? Gezel could be stealing sleeping, okay? There's gezel shena, sleeping stealing, where we did some noise at the house and somebody woke up because of us, we stole his sleep, or we woke up somebody without their permission, okay? Or knowing that they would have want us to wake him up, that's stealing their sleep. Or maybe we're going to the supermarket and in the parking lot, we're stopping our car and we're chatting with our friends while people behind us are waiting for us to move. We're stealing their time. Or we're late to work and we don't stay the extra time at the end of the day because we are in a hurry home. We just stole from our employer. So those are all stealing. Those are all gezel. And the Holy Shla is teaching us to look through our pockets, same like we're looking for chametz, mamash chametz, if we did gezel throughout the year. The Gemara teaches us that whenever we're searching for chametz in the holes in our walls, which probably physically speaking is more applying to the past, to our forefathers, that they had holes in their walls. Today we don't have holes in our walls that have chametz in it, but in the past, in the period of our forefathers, they used to hold breads and other food items in the walls to keep them cold, or safe, so they had to search for chametz. So for us, it means the shelves, okay? But the Gemara teaches us that whenever we reach our hands to search for chametz in the walls or wherever, we should reach our hands far, far as the hand can get, and even more until our shoulders is almost dislocated, meaning we have to do extend massive ishtadlut, trying to find the chametz, okay? And what it really means is to reach the hand as far as the hand can get, and even more inside ourselves and our hearts, in order to nullify and clear that chametz, meaning yetzer hara, all the deeds, all the thoughts, all the bad speech that we did throughout the year. And the Beta Aaron is finishing what the Shla said by saying that whatever chametz that our hands can get to, or our arms can get to, we have to nullify with our hearts. What does that mean, nullify? So on the surface, in the pshat, okay, whenever we search in chametz, we know that we say kol chamira de alma. We're saying I'm nullifying any chametz that I couldn't find. It's not out of my possession. It's nullified. That we know. We're going to do it tonight. But what the Bet Aaron says, that we have to say that also on the chametz within ourselves. And what does that mean with our heart? With all our heart, like with all our might, with our true will, with a really like broken heart, saying, I really, really, really want Hashem, because Hashem knows if we want or not, or we're just playing around. I really want to nullify all the chametz that I have done, and I need your help protecting me from any chametz in the future. Protect me from all the sins and the bad deeds, from all the bad speech, from all this chametz. Furthermore, okay, we know that reaching hand and how the hand got really, really long from a story in the Torah, okay, that is basically happening in Pesach, which is when the daughter of Paro sees the Moshe in the box, okay, in the little boat floating on the Nile, okay, and she reaches her arm to grab him. So the Midrash and Rashi tells us that, funny enough, Paro tried to kill all the Jewish boys and tried to uproot the Judaism out of the Jews. But funny enough, that day that his daughter found Moshe was the day that she actually converted to Judaism underneath his very nose in his house. And she went down to the Nile, because it's a natural source of water, in order to dip in a mikveh, because she became Jewish. And the name that was given to her was Batya, the daughter of Hashem. And we know whoever is a ger, okay, knows that once they are being converted, Hashem gives them gifts. If a ger is a single person, then Hashem will give them a spouse. If a ger doesn't have children, Hashem will give them children, etc., etc. So naturally, when Batya dipped in the mikveh, Hashem gave her Moshe. And this entire story, of course, it's not just a beautiful story about the little baby that floated on the Nile, and the daughter of this murderous dictator saved him, and it's a very romantic story. There's a lot of Kabbalistic and Midrashic layers to it. For example, the Nile, which was the source of all Egypt for food, for spirituality, was the source of all the sins and the idol worshiping. So when she drew Moshe from the water, she basically drew him from all the idol worshiping and impurity of Egypt, and brought him to Kedusha, okay? This is why she called him Moshe, because Mashiti oto min hamayim. I pulled him. Moshe is to pull out, okay? Pulled him out from the impurity of Egypt to the holiness of the Judaism. But the Midrash and Rashi also tells us that he was far away from her. And when she reaches her arm, it was too far. But because she really, really wanted to pull him out of the impurity, and she knew prophetically that he's going to be the Mashiach, she recognized the potential in him, she recognized the divinity in him, she reached her arm to pull him out in order to bring him to his tikkun, to his destination, which was to take the Jewish nation out of Egypt. Hashem helped her, which is what we talked about so far, by extending her arm against nature in an unnatural way, long, I can't remember how many amot, but long, and enabled her to pull out the pure from the impure. And this is the metaphor for us. If we'll reach our arms inside, really inside, try to get the impure out, Hashem will help us and guard us throughout all the year from the impure and keep us pure, or make it easier on us to keep ourselves pure from sins. And Rabbi Baruch from Mezhibush, when he was searching for Chametz, okay, he used to do teshuvah on the night of the searching Chametz. Why? Because with the saying of the Kol Chamira, the Alma, okay, with that pasuk that he used to say, he used to tell to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, any chametz that I have in my possession, meaning inside me, I am responsible on its existence. Okay, basically teshuvah, like the Rambam is teaching us, is 3 stages. Okay, the initials are chok. Chet means charata, regret on what you did. Vav means vidui, confession that you really did it. And kuf, Kabbalah, acceptance not to do it in the future and make a plan, offenses not to do it. So Rabbi Baruch of Mezhibush used to say, any chametz that I have within me, I am responsible for its existence, okay? Whether I see it and know about it, or whether I don't, and I still did it, but I'm not aware that I did it, okay? And what he really meant to say is that he was heartbroken when he told to Hashem, those sins and bad deeds that I did, I can't really feel them. What does that mean? I don't really know and can feel their consequences in the world. We spoke about in the past that whenever we're doing something wrong, chas v'shalom, we're humans, or whenever we speak lashon hara or evil speech, okay? Yes, we know that we did something wrong and we do teshuvah, true. And Hashem, if we're doing teshuvah in the right way with broken heart and really regret, will accept our teshuvah and erase it from the books, okay? And transform nature, okay? Like it never happened. However, to every act or word that we're saying, there's ripples, okay? That act or word or speech are existing in the world right now. For example, if chas v'shalom, we caused other people to sin, even if we do teshuvah, okay, we're clean, but they're still sinning. So their sins that they're doing because of us, those sins will be accredited to us, okay? So the sins and the evil speech or whatever act that we have done still echoing in the world, okay? So that what broke the heart of Rav Baruch Mezhibush. And he said, I could never feel them. You know why? Because at some corner in my heart, I still feel like I'm a tzaddik. What does that mean? I still feel like I'm a righteous, but you're doing teshuvah now. So how can you feel righteous? So what he says is that a person can never judge himself truly, okay? Because a person is a prisoner of his own body, right? We're living in this body and the prisoner can't free himself from the prison, right? We need outside sources, our rabbeim, our good friends, to show us what we are doing. This is why the Gemara teaches us that like water to water, this is how the face to the face, meaning when we are getting upset on somebody outside of us, a friend, a relative, somebody, okay, about a bad trait or a bad deed that they did. So the Gemara teaches us that we actually upset about ourselves because what we see in them actually exists in us. But since we can't be the judges on ourselves because we always judge ourselves favorably, we're subjectives, okay, then we recognize the same element in others, we're getting upset on them because we know that it exists in us and we can't judge ourselves. So that's what Rav Baruch of Mezhibush says. We can't really know the implications of what we did. We always feel tzaddikim, righteous, okay? And that breaks their heart. So whenever we see the ripples of our deeds, okay, or whenever we see a bad trait or a bad speech or something that is not the best in somebody else, we should always do self-retrospection and self-fixing and teshuvah on the same thing because it exists in us. And, and not think of ourselves as pure tzaddikim, okay? That's what it says. And when he used to clear out the chametz, the physical chametz from his house, and do the nullification of the chametz, he used to talk to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and tell him this. He used to tell him, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I beg you, while I'm still here, cleaning all the chametz in my house, I'm begging you to help me to clean all the chametz in my heart and in my soul, and I'm nullifying all this chametz with true heart, and beg you that all of my sins and crimes will be nullified before you, like I'm nullifying the chametz in my house. That's what he used to say. The Bnei Yissaschar teaches us that nullifying chametz is actually nullifying all idol worshiping in the world, because chametz is idol worshiping. Okay, the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, that's what it is trying to do, to withdraw us from Hashem, right? How do you withdraw us from Hashem? The best way is to cast a doubt. Whenever you have a doubt in Hashem and his ways and the way that he runs the world, that is where we choose in other avenues and other outlets for beliefs. So for example, okay, Parnasa, okay? Whenever we are lack of Parnasa or lack of means, okay, and we're starting to have doubts, why does Hashem do that to me? I'm serving Hashem, I'm a Shomer Mitzvot, I'm a good guy. Look at this evil guy there. He has everything, he's rich, and here I am fulfilling all the Torah, and I don't have Parnasa, I don't have anything to feed my children. I'm not sure about what Hashem is doing and how he's conducting the world and how he's handling me. That is worshiping the safek, the doubt. Or on the other side of the coin, okay, if we are really prospering and succeeding and frugal in parnasa, monetary or career or achievements or titles or promotions, and we think that we did it, not Hashem did it, that's idol worshiping. We're idol worshiping ourselves. Or when we are big spenders and big believers in money and we want money more and more and we're greedy, money, then the idol worshiping is the money, not Hashem. Or when we are upset by anybody other than ourselves, of course, that causing us any harm or giving us musar or did some bad deed towards us or misbehaved to us, mistreated us, whatever, and we are upset with them, we are doing idol worshiping because we're forgetting that nobody in this world, no person, no any factor in the world can cause us neither good or bad. Everything comes from Hashem, and everything is a messenger. So even if your friend hurt you in some way, he's been a messenger in the hands of Hashem to communicate with us that we are doing something wrong. Okay, Chas v'shalom. Whenever our health is being challenged, if we put in too much trust in doctors are only messengers by Hashem, okay? If we put in too much trust in doctors, then we are idol worshiping doctors. We have to have faith and emunah first, because that sickness, chas v'shalom, or whatever came, is from Hashem. So the first thing to do is teshuvah, is self-retrospection, is all the vidui process of teshuvah, and fixing ourselves in order to fix the outside life of ours, and declare that everything comes from Hashem and believe only in Hashem, for good or for less good, it doesn't matter. King Yoshiyahu, okay, in the King's era, nullified all the idol worshiping in Israel, and in his time, the world became fixed because he basically nullified all the idol worshiping. This is what we need to do. And when we are nullifying and fixing all the chametz within ourselves, and we're one with Hashem and understand that everything comes from Hashem, and we have full emunah and bitachon, trust in Hashem, for good or for less good, then we are nullifying idol worshiping in the world. And this is what Pesach is. Yetziat Mitzrayim, the Exodus, was everything about canceling idol worshiping, because if you remember, Bnei Israel were idol worshippers in Egypt. They were like the Egyptians, same thing. They reached the 49 level of Tumah, and in the 50 they would be lost forever. And the judgment measurement came to Hashem when Hashem wanted to take them out of Egypt and told them, why do you want to take them from Egypt? Why do you kill the Egyptians' firstborns and not the Jewish people? Why do you take them and elevate them and not the Egyptians? The Jewish people don't have any merit to their benefit, nothing. They are idol worshippers, the same like the Egyptians. What are their merit? And then Hashem gave us the Brit Milah and the Korban Pesach, like the Paschal Lamb and everything, in order to give us merits, in order to shush the measurement judgment. But it was all about idol worshiping. This is why Shabbat HaGadol, the great Shabbat, was about taking that lamb and slaughter it and barbecue it, which is going to be the shank bone on our plate. So the smell will go all through Egypt to show the Egyptians that we are canceling their idol worshiping. So everything is about idol worshiping. And in our lives, if you really sit and think, you will see that there's at least one area in your life that you probably might be doing idol worshiping. Did you lose your job lately and you had a doubt in your heart? Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I don't have money. Oh my God. So we have to remember that tonight, when we're searching for Chametz and nullifying the Chametz, and even now when we're cleaning for Chametz, cleaning the Chametz from the house is wonderful. And if you bleach in everything, then and it doesn't fit for a dog to eat, then it's canceled anyway, even if it's on your counter, okay? But when we're cleaning for Chametz, we have to remember that the real cleanup, and I'm talking to myself, of course, as well as to you, is within ourselves, okay? To clean the Chametz and the idol worshiping, because we all doing that, okay? If you really sit and think, you will see that in some areas in our lives, we are doing idol worshiping, and it's really bad, and we need to nullify it and nullify all the evil speech that we're doing, all the judging unfavorably, all the lashon hara, hearing and talking, all the gezel that we're doing, like gezel Torah. Your husband wants to go learn Torah, but you're telling him, no, why don't you come and sit with me 5 minutes, or wash the dishes, I'm tired, or whatever, okay? Whatever it is, we're all doing some idol worshiping at some level. And this is the Chametz nullifying. And it's a very good thing, bli neder, to do teshuva today when we're nullifying the Chametz. And I will take a picture, bli neder, from the book. There's a special prayer that I can't remember which sage said, that one can say when he nullifies the Chametz. So while your husbands are looking for Chametz, and you husbands, while you looking for Chametz, you can say that prayer and then really truly do teshuva and clean ourselves from all the Chametz and really experience Yetziat Mitzrayim that we are all going through every single day. And to whoever is apart from my WhatsApp group, the Torah Learning WhatsApp group, we talked about Yetziat Mitzrayim today, how every person have to live Yetziat Mitzrayim, live L-I-V-E, okay? Yetziat Mitzrayim every day, and I specified the reasons why, and we'll talk about it, bli neder, if Hashem will give me the time, later on when we'll do the class on the Haggadah. So in the meantime, have a Pesach kasher v'sameach, happy Passover, clean from Chametz, holy, and happy birthday to all of us. This is our birthday. Tomorrow night, a nation was born. Happy birthday to us. And on top of everything, it's also a wedding day. We got married with Hashem. A birthday and a wedding day on the same day. And freedom. Baruch Hashem. Have a happy Pesach. Bye-bye.